Good morning. Namaste. Namaste all to morning session. In the 12th batch, we are going through evaluation after exercises. So for having sharing today, we have two sharings today, Ami Parabhaiya and Kumariji. Namaste Gopal Bhaiya. Can we start with it?
जी दीदी नमस्ते.
I will put up your brief introduction.
Yeah.
So, Namaste Didi. Didi Pramod Kumariji is Assistant Professor, Department of Humanities, Engineering College, Bharatpur. So, we welcome Didi to put up your introduction with your UHV journey and your assignment understanding. With that, there are 20 minutes, Didi, for your sharing.
Okay, Didi. Yeah. Namaste, Didi. Yeah. Namaste to one and all present here. I'm Pramod Kumari, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Humanities at Engineering College, Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Yeah, I'm living in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, and let me introduce about my family members. In my family, here are my in-laws, my husband, who is working with banking sector, and two sons. We have two sons, school-going kids. Let me tell about my UHV journey. I started my UHV journey in September 2017 when I was first time exposed to 3-day face-to-face workshop for faculty mentors. I find the content useful, but it remained and restricted to the workshop only. Then again, I had to do 1 week online mandatory workshop in October 2020. Then I find the content relatable and few takeaways were here, where I find my lacking values, which I was not able to practice in my life. Then I again attended UHV second workshop in online mode in February 2023, but I did not receive the certificate. Then again, I joined it in October 2023, attended and with certification. So again, here were some takeaways to apply in my life and to view it in totality and fulfilling relationships with people around me. So I just pondered some things and try to just inculcate in my life. And then simultaneously, I was coordinating an organization for student induction program, and it was introduced by AICT into 2019. Finally, I became part of morning sessions in April, May 2023, and till from that time onwards, I find it very worthy attending. So now let me begin how this journey of self, which was not addressed fully from the very beginning, although some values I was receiving, but it was unaddressed in its fullest form, and I find its address in totality in this very morning sessions with UHV team. So from very beginning, I have an inclination towards knowing and practicing spirituality, but was not aware of my own being completely, what type of personality I am. Means I considered myself okay as I never disturb others, and then why they are doing it to me. I'm groomed well with a good value system and assumed it wholly true. But at the same time, I am a being who has my own set of mind and perceptions and have this acumen to see right and wrong. But I was not at all acceptable of people's behavior, which was devoid of human love, care, affection, respect. And gradually I started rejecting people. And I prefer to be with my own self and the close ones, thinking I do this and that others are not just reciprocating. See how I try to be show affection and care for them, but I did not get it. So somewhere I started storing this opposition for others, and it resulted into things which happened in my future life, and that was my feeling for self-righteousness find a large ground to flourish within me, and it really created problem in my later life. So when I started attending morning sessions from 7th batch from April, May 2023, initially I used to listen and could not and could relate with various things, because day-to-day things based on our psychological understandings and interpretations were discussed. Due to its impact, I tried to pacify myself, but I was not aware the roots were very deep inside to be reached and need to be checked properly. Why there is so much opposition and reaction inside me? Because every time here is a huge gap between expectation and reality. Like my family members, like they are not acting according to my plans, and sometimes just because of others' faults. Here was to give an outlet to my opposition. Just I slapped them because of that, and why my child is not just finishing or doing the way I tell. So it was a gap between expectation and reality. Why somebody is lying. So this opposition I was storing within me. Every time outer environment or person's behavior was not acceptable, and it was good cause to germinate reaction. Although I find the need to see things in totality, the self was completely with distractions. The family I married to, I find faults with them. Their value system, I started questioning completely. Major it was happening inside and very less outside. And all the grudges I used to just sometimes throw over my husband with sometimes regular intervals. Once and twice he pondered and said, "Don't pay such heed to like their way of saying things. Take it easy and just they also need love and care." But I was still unacceptable of their sayings and behavior patterns. Even I was not having a proper way to communicate my things. So it was again at from my side. Initially, I was hesitant, and later on, it used to just come with a lot of resistance. I saw, although I teach my students communication skills and qualities of good communication, like being considerate for others, belief and values, and at the same time being courteous. But sanskar was deep, and I was not able to see very far and beyond that. So no remedy I did find. Some family help from my parents' side, like they used to be sometimes through a good counseling for me and all to live in a better way, to just avoid their incapabilities and maintain good relations. But I was not still able to root it out properly, and it was intensifying sometimes, and sometimes I just let it go. So this way I always had trouble in my mind with this. And when I was fully involved with the outside world as an individual, I used to practice values. But when I noticed the world, uh, my perception changed, that it is not for people with value systems. Some type of shrewdness you require, and which I can't do. So I started staying aloof. So this way I always had something to trouble my mind with. The behavior of sometimes colleagues, I used to keep things with the self for longer periods of time and not at all comfortable with their sanskars. So here, just after going through these exercises, I'm just find a direction of my life. So let me share my understanding of the exercises. Here is exercise one, and very first thing is observation, and it is observation without reacting to it. Initially, I was not aware whether I'm observing or I'm reacting, but initially this went with reactions. Now I know. Where I'm hurt, it was more reactive. So interaction with people around us gives us varied experiences. So to fulfill a relationship, we need to ignore lot many things which we don't like. But at the same time, those things implant themselves inside. So to improve myself, I had to go deep underneath. Initially, I was able to observe at the level of thought only and expected others the same as I am. I behaved. Then I observed my opposition, questioned it, because it used to happen with family members also. Even while communicating telephonically, the beginning was all well, but it would end at a code of discontent. They say something, I react, and I say something, they react. I was only able to observe that I said it righteously, they are wrong and not able to understand. Then I came to know I am also not able to pacify them with gentle remarks and cool and calm way, because I used to put it like what you are not instead of what you are. And you can be what you can be and do. Again, somewhere it was a trigger from my side, and it was with expectations. So once it happened that my sister had some health issue, then I consulted with one of my acquaintances who was a doctor, and considering that right, I advised her to go for particular test, and which was possible at that very time. She agreed to it, but in the evening I came to know that she did not go for it. And then I asked her, why did not you just pay heed to such things when these are very much essential from your present situation? I just worked out some exercise for you, and she was not at all paying any heed. So I became louder in my communication, and she then disconnected my call. So this way, like, it was not at all harmony even with my close ones. So if it is an observation with open-mindedness and with far-sightedness, then it leads us near to becoming pure observer. I also observed that, able to see this thing, that I like something, I try to feel it from outside, whether it is respect, love, affection, or appreciation from people around us. Although it is not in openly expressed uh, device, but somewhere it was lying just latent inside me. And I was also able to see that each one is in pursuit of happiness. One's ways of expressions and doings are different. Otherwise, one wants to be happy with each other. uh, Now, second step, during the moments of reaction and opposition or having hard feelings for somebody, it is, this situation is not naturally acceptable to me. And at step number 3, I don't feel at ease, and my performing of tasks slows down as I keep thinking about the reaction. So many presumptions, one or other time, crop in, which are sorted and understood properly, which are not sorted and understood properly. So at stage 4, like taking the ownership, even I was still few times back, I was not very much just able to take it in its fullest way. Although it is my thought process which is going on and on, but I consider the other one responsible for it, putting me in such mental agony. But now I am paying heed to it that I am responsible for the way I take things. The other is a medium where interaction was not went well because of some misunderstanding on my part or my incompetency to see things properly. I used to lay blame too soon. Accordingly, whether it was family members, husband, kids, or whoever from my family or neighborhood or fellows, like, the person is responsible anyhow for this just mental disturbance. Once it happened that like we went to Govardhan Parikrama, and after doing all the things, the end part was not well, as my younger son kept just bathing there at Mansi Ganga, and my husband was waiting outside with one of my relatives and asked me to come there. But my son was not listening to me, and actually he's 5 6 years old and not coming out of the bathing area. I asked my husband that it is better you come here and take him out, but he in return take it lightly and asked you do it. So at last he was ready to come out. Then he started watching mobile inside the temple, and then while just moving out, he stopped behind me and became angry for not folding him in my arms. So at the last, it was extreme that he ran to his father when he saw him, and all of a sudden, he was in front of a moving rickshaw. This infuriated me, and I just hold like my husband fully responsible for not just cooperating in this situation, for the incident, for not getting involved in it, the whole affair. So it is, but now I'm just started owning the responsibility. It is a sanskar of putting the blame within me, but now I am shifting towards taking responsibility for my actions and thoughts and discomfort which I bear. So it is my perception which decides ownership of my own deeds and sayings. And in the present state of being, step 5, present state of being, assumptions rule over my understanding. I clearly saw it because assumptions find the major part. One or other time I keep assuming or presupposing things beyond the reality. Assumption of like fear sometimes looms large in my imagination because times and contemporary scenarios made me a little apprehensive. To overcome it, I'm exploring more and doing knowledge enhancement. I have this deep sanskar that I'm hardly able to bear my criticism. although I know there is some truth in the criticism which people just say, but still it is difficult for my conscience to accept it in its fullest form. My shortcomings when doubted or alleged, as once Bagadia sir also saying that nindak niyere rakhiye, angan kuti chhawaye, bin sabun bin pani nirmal kare suhai. But I know this thing at thought level, but not able to practice it in a calm way. So the proposal of right understanding is clear, but still it is taking longer to incorporate this in my living. I do react when sanskar is based on assumption. I become happy or unhappy based on external inputs. Still, I need to purify my sanskars because I'm in the habit of attaching otherwise meanings to things. Like people are just hiding from me or taking things. I sometimes take things personally, which is like not to be done. uh, I respond when my sanskar is based on understanding. I try to understand the way, like now I just, my perception is changed. I see like the way my mother-in-law sometimes responds. Yes, she has perceived sometimes something in this way. That's why she is saying like this. It is not intended to indicate towards me. I understand that if I will present myself with pleasing disposition or in calm and comfortable way, people will understand things, because most of the time I'm able to notice my inner opposition. So I must present myself with a feeling of trust and respect towards others. Like once I was teaching students a poem where the mind is without fear and head is held high. Head is held high means it was written by the poet Ravindranath Tagore, and he is just uh, assuming praying for his countrymen during colonial period that they should not bear the humiliation at the end of Englishman. And so head is held high means living with dignity, Indians living with dignity. So during that period, after teaching it, I questioned myself, do I see each and everyone with human dignity? Then I got the answer, no. Even my words sometimes and tone of talking are humiliating sometimes, even to people in my close affinity. Because I notice that there is still some fluctuation in my feelings for others. So I do it then, whatever I teach now to the students, I just bring these proposals to the students. Then I question myself also whether I am able to practice it or not. So this way, I'm trying to improve myself. I'm working on it now. Relationship, harmony, and coexistence. I'm still working on it. I was able to follow on surface level, as feelings fluctuate a lot for others according to the times. So when I minutely observed it, I saw this. I am connected with so many people, and even not in complete harmony with the very close ones, I noticed it. I am in the process trying to attain it. When sanskar is too active, it devoids me of harmony. I try to control and make myself understand, but hardly able to cope up with it. When it is over, then I observe and I'm able to see the importance of harmony, relationship, and coexistence. My opposition now is getting melted to some extent for one and all, but still, it is a long way to go. As one day I was teaching the students that no men are foreign, we all are same. There is no need for wars. Then came the reference of Mahabharat war. I told that moment it became necessary as limitations were crossed and ego was at its peak. So an example was set for the rest of the world. Then students just responded, "Ilaton ke bhoot to baaton se nahi mante." Rude people don't understand soft language. Then I responded in that particular case, it you may say it, but we make it a sanskar for future, that until and unless we shout, people don't listen. So this way our assumptions just get enriched and we keep practicing them. Although I can see the relationship with one and all human beings, but the moment I get to see their sanskars which I don't feel comfortable with, I reject otherwise. Even every stranger I feel related to in the pure form of a human being. Sometimes, like at very not at regular intervals, but when people don't have right feeling for my kids, then my feelings also change for their kids. And on the other hand, even if I see kids on the road in the auto rickshaw, I feel for them. and I also pray that may God help them in every walk of life. And I hardly feel like sometimes I feel connected to diplomatic people, that for they are, especially when they lay traps for others, and I just, for their own happiness they are doing it. It might be their inability to see others point of view, but I hardly approve it. But so it will take time to attain this stage of complete harmony, feeling of relationship and coexistence. And now coming to exercise 2, step 1. Yes, I can see that I'm a combination of body and self. In the childhood, like we were given a dictation for like daily handwriting that soul is immortal, but it was not yet clear. It was just a thought in my mind. Now I understand the permanence of the self and the transience of the body. I'm I exist and body exists. When I am completely with myself, I don't even just see able to think of the body. But when I need to do something, I take help of the body. Step 2, I transact various informations with the body as per my needs, giving signals and receiving signals, lifting something, holding a mobile to have rest or work, etc. Step number 3, decision maker is me. I give the instructions to the body to get up, to eat, and what sensations are to be reached from the body, which sound to listen, like whom to interact, whether it is some burning smell or to what to eat sweets or to buy soothing stuff. So I am the decision maker. Step number 4, while reading the sensation, I differentiate myself from it. But at the time, it gets intensified with, identified with it and gets swayed by it. Sometimes sensation of just listening to music. Step number 5, I read the sensation either by sanskar or understanding. Even when I saw a reptile in front of me, I stay aback for some time. And recently it happened that I entered the classroom and some students were going outside with their bags. One student wished me morning. I, in return, just scolded him abruptly. You are leaving my class and wishing me morning. So then he told me, ma'am, that I am from a different section. He was from a different section. Then just I realized that I just gave a meaning to it very soon. Past month, some people disapproved of mic usage in the temple in my society, but I just understood that even there are so many other sounds like construction works, furniture works, then why to oppose for the mic? I responded on the basis of my understanding, but those who were against mic were disapproved of my opinion. Then I did not interfere and stayed aside from this issue. Step number 7, I know I and my body are in coexistence with space. I try to see it, but until I'm fully resolved, I'm not able to experience it. Although logically, I just try to experience this very existence. And like, if love will flourish, if I'm able to have love for one and every being, then I maybe experience it. So it is on my resolution as earliest. If it is as earliest, then I will experience it as early, but it will take time. Now, happiness is my innate nature. This proposal is true to me, but still I am influenced from outside things. Sometimes, like the moment I listen and observe UHV things, I stay okay. Otherwise, I stay in opposition. So, to establish it in its innate form, the journey is in continuation. And most of this program is keeping in focus the self and its betterment day by day. So I want to follow my natural acceptance, but when sanskar is very dominating, I'm not able to see it at the very moment and accident happens. So besides morning sessions, I devote a lot of time whenever I get time during college hours and at home. I keep observing myself, going to the deep sanskars and how to refine them to live a fulfilling life with my near and dear ones and with everyone in this very existence. So at the end, the facilitators, Dr. Shamila Didi, Gopal Babu Bhaiya, Kumar Sambhav Bhaiya, Bhanu Pratap Bhaiya, Shri Bagadia Sir, are really a source of inspiration for me in bettering myself, and I express my heartfelt gratitude for them that they are providing this immense help to us. And I thank all the UHV volunteers for their dedication and co-explorers for their zeal to learn and making my journey enriching. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Didi, for your crisp, clear, and honest sharing. For Didi sharing, if we can take questions, but looking at the time, I think we can invite Gopal Bhaiya to put up his views.
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, bhaiya.
Ji. So nice sharing, Didi. And it is true that our assumptions are very deep, and it takes time to evaluate them, to align them with the reality. But it is good that you are contemplating about it and you are relating with your life. So these proposals you are relating with your life. That is good thing. And incidents always help us to understand our state of mind. So whenever incidents happen, it gives us opportunity to look into ourselves. So if we are uncomfortable with the incidents outside, it means we need to work more on ourselves. If we are comfortable with the incidents outside, it means few sanskars I have resolved, but more are to be resolved. So incidents always help us to see our state. So we should take incidents as an opportunity, as a window to look into my state of being. And if we take incidents as a window, then definitely we can improve ourselves. Otherwise, generally, we oppose incidents, especially when it is unfavorable to us. So that is good, Didi, and you are attending these sessions, and gradually your questions are also shifting from gross to subtle. So, in fact, in this morning session, most of us now asking the questions how we can come out of our state of being rather than how can I correct others. So this is good shifting in all of us. So with this morning session, now we are trying to understand our state of being. We are trying to come out of our sanskar. So that is good indication. And rest journey is long, Didi. है ना? But good thing is that we have find a right way, and you are working with the proposals all the time. So that is very nice, Didi. So best wishes, Didi. Keep continuing these sessions. Ji,
Thank
Didi.
you so much, Priya. Thank you so much. Your and just these insights will definitely help me in improving a lot. And you all are really a source of inspiration. Just listening to you, people is gives us such an inspiration for self improvement. So thank you all, and I will keep continuing with this journey of UHV morning sessions. Thank you so much, Bhaiya.
Ji, namaste.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Ji, thank you so much, Bhaiya and Didi.